Hingga 12 pekan Super League bergulir, kabar mengenai keterlambatan gaji pemain masih saja muncul dari sejumlah tim, mulai dari Persis Solo, PSM Makassar, Semen Padang, hingga yang terbaru ada PSBS Biak. Padahal, ketepatan pembayaran gaji merupakan indikator sehat dan profesionalnya sebuah liga berjalan. Namun, kabar tersebut masih saja muncul dan anehnya, sejumlah klub terkesan tidak serius mengantisipasi keterlambatan gaji ini. Selain itu, PSSI padahal sudah membentuk National Dispute Resolution Chamber atau NDRC dan menjadi satu-satunya badan arbitrase sepak bola di Asia yang diakui FIFA. Tapi sepertinya status diakui FIFA seakan cuma jadi formalitas karena kabar penunggakan gaji pemain masih saja terjadi. Pandit Football berbincang dengan salah satu pemain asing yang musim lalu mengalami kendala serupa. Bahkan hingga saat ini klub lamanya masih menunggak kewajibannya. Simak perbincangan Pandit dengan Ruxi Bonet, pemain asal Spanyol yang kini bermain untuk Madura United. But first of all, thank you for talking to us, to Pandit Football. We really appreciate your time today. So, let's start with, how did you end up in Indonesia? Who did call you the first time?
Well, first of all, let me say thanks for inviting me, and thanks for for opening an option for me to speak out, because we know many players we love to speak about these kind of things that involve our football. The football I'm now here in Indonesia, and how I started here is a bit a long story, because I started coming here first for holidays, because I had one friend who used to play with me in Finland, Spanish, and we were very close together with him and his girlfriend. So we were very good friends all. And when he finished his career, he came to live to Bali. So he retired and then went to Bali. So I started to come here, I think 3-4 years ago, for holidays. So I just came here 2-3 weeks when I had holidays from football, and then I came again another holiday. I came then to Lombok. I started to I kind of fell in love with the country, with the people, with the weather, with everything. It was so nice to be here that well. When I was already playing in Finland, one Asian who is now one of my agents, Lano Mahardika, he texted me that he has seen me in Y Scout and this when I was playing in Finland. And then we keep in touch. I reply his message. We keep in touch, but never came an opportunity to come to Indonesia. He said me, if someday I have an opportunity to bring you to Indonesia, I will do. So when I started to come for holidays, one time I met him in Bali. So we had a coffee, and it was a great guy. He explained me about Indonesian football, about everything, and he told me, when there's an opportunity for you to come here, I will let you know. And then during that time, I moved from Finland to United States. Then from United States, I moved to Mexico, and during that time, I was coming here for holidays. And I came here like a third, fourth time for holidays again after Mexico. I didn't even go home to Spain. So my idea was, from Mexico, I finished the league. I was going to Indonesia for 3 weeks, 1 month, and then to Spain, until I could find a club. But while I was in Indonesia, that was May 2024, Lano texted me and say, there is a club in Indonesia who's interested on you. Are you ready to go and train with them and play a tournament? I'm like, because there was the RTCI in Jakarta. They play PSIS, we play Persija, I think Selangor and Sabah.
That the TV station one, yeah.
Yeah, this one. It was 1 year and a half ago. Yeah. So he told me, no, but it's a big club. It's PSIS Semarang. They are a good club in the league. And I checked the table, and they were 6th in the season before. So and big stadium, big city also. And I was thinking, well, this is a good opportunity for me. But they asked me to go and train first before signing me and play this RTCI tournament. So I was like, well, I have never been in a trial in my career. I don't think I need to go to trial because I come from United States, from Mexico, well, and I have been playing always regular. So I think I can find options just waiting because it was 24 May. So still the summer market was still not open at all. So I could wait and I could have opportunities probably in June, July. But I say I really wanted to play in Indonesia since I was young. When I started my career, I always checked to Asian football in general and leagues like the Indian League, the Indonesian League. I saw the full crowds, the passion for football. I say one day I would like to go there, and I don't know when, but probably maybe more in the end of my career. But my idea was always to play in the in Asia in general and in Indonesia especially because as I have been going to holidays and everything, I really love the country. So I say when there is an opportunity, I go. So I went to the trial. I was fit because I was coming from Mexico. We just finished the league. I had my boots, my football boots with me. So I go there. I train 2-3 days, and yeah, the club say, yeah, we want to sign you. We need a player like you. I think I'm one of these players, honestly, that if it was not because of the regulation change, I will have probably not come to play here. That's that being honest, because I'm not this kind of player. You remember before in Indonesia it was 3 foreigners and all were like one goalkeeper, maybe one center back and one striker. All had to be tall, very physical, and it was not easy to get into the league. You know what I mean?
But it's a win-win. It's a win-win solution, I guess. We have this new regulation, and then it allows you to come to play, and the rest is history. You play for PSIS, and now you're in Madura. So it's the crowd, the passion of the supporters that makes you want to say, okay, this is my opportunity to play in Indonesia, and then I'll do it.
Yeah, there are more reasons than this. Not only this, of course, but yeah, I also like the people. As I say, when I came here to Bali, this slow life, that rhythm, that peace that you have, that you don't like conflicts. You always stay calm, and I learn a lot from Indonesians in general. Your calmness sometimes is good, sometimes not. It depends on the situation. But I need to learn. I think in Europe or in America, even in United States, we are always in a rush to do things, to this, to go there, to do that, to always many thoughts. And here in Indonesia, it's like you learn from many people. I have learned to stay calm, to don't worry, to let it go sometimes.
Yeah, we're a little bit loose about some things. We don't rush ourselves. But I think in Jakarta the case is different. We are really rushing here in Jakarta. Maybe it's a little bit different if you compare to Semarang or Bali. But anyway, you've been traveling to many countries in the world. You've been away from home for such a long time. How many languages can you speak actually at this moment?
Oh, good question. Actually, I love learning new languages. And yeah, my first language is Catalan. It's not Spanish. So my first language is Catalan in Catalonia. When I'm from 1 hour from Barcelona, a small town called Valls, and there we speak Catalan, and then of course Spanish. I obviously also speak English. It's not perfect, but I speak it quite okay, I would say. And then I also speak French because it's very similar to Catalan, so there are many words. Yeah, exactly. And during my time when I played in a small island in Spain called Formentera, which there are a lot of Italians. And that year I did a 1-year course about Italian, so I kind of understand Italian and maybe speak it a bit. Now I haven't been using it for a while, but yeah. I played in Finland 3 years, so I learned the language there. One of my goals was to learn the language. I don't speak fluently, obviously, but because it's one of the most difficult ones. But before I left the country, I did an interview for the TV speaking in Finnish. I kind of understand. I have many friends in Finland. And now I'm with Indonesian. I'm trying to learn. I put like videos in YouTube. I try to listen to my teammates. I ask a lot of questions, and I'm in that point that I understand quite much when, for example, a coaches talk or when teammates talk. I understand, I will say 60-70% of what they are talking about, but
Okay.
still speaking, I speak some words, and I'm trying, but yeah, I'm in that. I saw an interview today of Francisco Rivera from Persebaya speaking
Yeah.
in
I saw that.
Indonesian very good. I really, it's impressive for me, and I appreciate players that they do the effort to learn the local language, because I think it's very important.
So are you in a level where you're ready to speak in Indonesia when the reporter interview you one day?
I'm missing a bit. Saya bicara, but saya kita belajar.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good start actually.
Yeah, I have some words, but still maybe to speak fluent, I need a bit more time. Yeah.
Okay, Ruxi. From what I've read from the internet, you hold a UFA coaching license, and on Twitter, you're also quite vocal about strategy, tactics, and stuff. Do you already know what career path that you would take after playing? Do you really want to be a coach one day? Is that your plan?
Yeah, that's absolutely my plan. I knew it since I was young. My dad was a professional football coach in La Liga 2 in Spain, and also in the third level of Spain. So during many years he has been coaching. And since I was young, I already took my licenses. When I was 18, 19 years old, I already had UEFA. So it was 10 years ago that I did my licenses. And during all this time, as a player, I tried to learn from many coaches. I have had coaches that now they are in La Liga, or coaches that they are in Premier League as assistant coaches and everything. And I'm still in contact with them. I'm learning every day. And to be honest, I already had opportunities to coach and to step down from playing from top clubs in great leagues. But my idea is to continue even here in Indonesia. They also, I don't need to say the name, but there's some club also offering me a coaching position. But my idea is to still continue playing, because I feel I'm young. I have all my life to coach. I'm 30 years old now. I feel I'm in a good moment. I feel I still can contribute to a team like I'm doing now with Madura. If someday I feel I'm not contributing, I'm not enjoying playing football, I will step. I have my plan B. I study also psychology. I'm psychology license. I have the license for psychology because I also think it related to coaching. And I have this plan B, but at the moment I feel good playing, and I want to continue like this as long as I can.
Okay, yeah, that's a very good point of view. I think as a player, we have to prepare many things, including, plan yourself to be a coach by taking those license. So let's talk about the issue now.
Sure.
We know the other day we have heard the news from PSM and the coach, and he has not been paid for months. And in your case as well, back in Semarang, you had the same terrible experience. But the question is, how come these things kept happening in Indonesian football? I mean, the question is, how was the legal approach in the beginning before you signed the contract? How was the talks and stuff? What happened?
I mean, for me, it was difficult. People already told me that in Indonesia you can have this kind of problems, blah blah. Of course, I assumed the risks. I took the risks, and I think, to be honest with you, I think this will take time that we improve this, but we need to start taking small steps towards a better football environment. We cannot pretend, and I'm the first one, that I don't think we can change this from one year to another. Because this is it has been a systematical problem from the league during many years, and it's here it's normal this to happen. So for players, it's not even something different, or it's like normal that they are used to it every year, especially the locals. That we can talk about them later, because I think they are the ones that they are suffering more this kind of situation. So I try to have some empathy with them, because I know many stories, and they have told me many stories that they are difficult to emotionally to handle. But yeah, so what I think is that this continue to happen because we don't have stronger regulations from the federation that help this to stop happening. I don't, for example, in Finland, of course, it's totally different countries. I totally understand this. But in Finland, if you promise a contract and at the end you don't pay this contract to a player, you disappear as a club. You know, of course, this is, we cannot apply this in Indonesia, but you can start applying small rules for teams to stop doing this. To stop, and if you have to reduce salaries from many players, you do so. You know, it's better to earn a bit less money, but did you know that you will get this money, than to earn a bit more and know that you will not get this money. You know, and then every player takes the decision what team wants to go, or if they want to continue in Indonesia. Maybe for this salary, one player say, "I don't want to be in Indonesia." It's okay. So, but this, so it's all related. At the end, you also, for me, it's all the football system that what needs to improve. Because, for example, I will put you an example: the scouting, which in Europe is very normal. But here in Indonesia, we still don't have scouts, or we have very little scouts. If you have a good scouting network, then okay, let's say I want a fast winger for my team, a foreign fast winger. So then I check, I go to Y Scout, I go to some of these apps, I have a good scout that they are checking some of the leagues, and they say, okay, fast winger in Brazil, Serie B, this one, A. Option A. Okay, my second option is a player from Spain, third level. Oh, this guy is good also. It's my option B. And then when you have to sign a fast winger for your team, you go to the option A and you ask, hey, are you going to come for this salary? No? Okay, option B. You understand? Oh, option C. Are you going to come? And then you don't have to pay huge amounts for money, you know, for foreign players. Or you can pay this amount, but for very special players, is what a team in other leagues will do. You know, for a very special player, say, hey, this is gonna be my number 10. It's gonna be the guy who will make 10 goals and 10 assists. Okay, that's fair that you pay him a big salary. I totally understand. You know,
Okay.
but we need to be like to create a better football system for this, and then about the locals also. So we no the excuse. No, the locals don't have talent. They are not good enough. We need to take the foreigners. No, come on, no, that's not true. And it pissed me off because it's not true. The locals have talent, but there's so many things, extra things that they need to work on. That if the football system don't help them, it's difficult for them to be in the level from the foreigners. Because I had tactical education, I had physical education, I had nutrition education, I had so many things that I had much better coaching methodologies. You know, I have much better training since I was young. I don't think I'm more talented than some Indonesians. I don't think so. I just had a better coaching education. You know what I mean?
The whole system.
The whole system, facilities. It's incredible. Last season in PSIS, we didn't even have dressing room. No
Really?
dressing room. Yeah, we had to shower home. A team. A team in Liga Satu not have dressing room. So imagine where dressing room is the community where you talk with your teammates, you have the relation. And there are things in the Indonesian football that then in the weekend you are playing in front of 20,000 fans, but during the week you have to shower home.
I didn't know. I just heard it from you.
Yeah,
they don't have the dressing room. Wow, that's terrible to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we had like a very small dressing room, but we didn't have shower. So the dressing room was for maybe 6 people. You know what I mean? Like this kind of dressing. So for me, it was not even a dressing room. But these kind of things we don't give importance, and they are important. You need to have your facilities. You need to have your club. You need to have a gym next to the. For me, I had to go in Semarang. We didn't have gym, so I had to talk with a hotel to have a collaboration that I could go to the gym to that hotel. If not, I had to pay by myself.
Gym.
You know what I mean? And so many clubs don't have gyms, don't have. So then it's difficult to also for local players to have this environment that I'm missing this of the when I was in Europe, that you go very early in the morning, you do mobility in the gym, you do your gym there, then you do training. After training, you stay there, you do some recovery. You know, like you spend there 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
You know, because you have all the facilities. You even eat there. We eat there in some of the teams I played in Finland, in United States. You eat there in the same stadium. You know, like you spend all the morning, 5-6 hours. So you do gym, you do recovery, you do mobility, you do everything. You do video meetings with individual analysts.
Yep.
So there are so many things from the whole system that we need to step by step improve there. And it's not only about it's what I say, it's not only about the problems with that they promise salaries and they don't give. Is that all the system needs to help also and make understand the presidents also that they need the investment in facilities, they need investment in scouting, they need investment in all those things. Because if not, it's difficult. And that's why I keep saying it in my Twitter account. I keep saying it. I contacted API and I say, let's do something together. You have my voice. But something that is very important to understand is that people, especially locals, are scared of talking about these things, which I totally understand. But at the same time, I think that they need to be spaces like what you are doing with me today, where we need to speak about this. Not blame anyone. As I say, I'm not blaming any president, as you have seen right now. I don't want even to blame federation. No, it just, no blames. Just help. Like, let's try to improve it. Let's try to do something.
Yeah. Why do you think they're not brave enough to talk about this issue publicly?
Well, I will put you my example because when these things happen and you are vocal, you try to help. Listen, because the PSIS case, I think I got all the blame when it was the full team who had problems, you know, but I was the one more vocal. And then kind of the president took it against me, you know, no, you are the one who organized everything. No, listen, I didn't organize nothing. It was, and there's something that people don't know from PSIS Semarang. I explained it already in another interview, but I say, on November, December, we were already having like a delay of salaries.
Okay.
And the president of PSIS Semarang say, guys, I have this problem, blah, 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 but on February, everything will be okay.
Okay.
So can you please stay in the team? We need you for PSIS, blah, blah, blah. And we were there, all the foreigners, and we say, we didn't like it, but we say, okay, we will support PSIS and we will help you. But that's not in the news. That's not in the news. That they don't talk about it. The effort we made the players. So then, by the end of February, March, to some players it was already 3 months, 4 months, you know. And then some players, local, they start to approach you and say, "Yeah, Ruxi, I cannot pay my rent. You know, I don't have money for my kids to go to school." Because for many local players, if you ask them, the source of money from all their family, it's from one player.
Yeah.
You know, so how can this player perform if his salary depends on 10 people in his family? His father, his wife, their kids. It's difficult. And if they tell you, if you are in the position to help, you are not going to help. Of course you are going to help. And I have this freedom. That I can say it loud. So that's why some of local players, they speak to me and say, Ruxi, can you help me? Because maybe they are not in this position. Because if they talk, you know what happens? That then they talk between presidents and everything. No, don't sign this player. This player, if you don't pay salaries, he will complain.
Yeah.
And this has happened to me. Last season, we were talking with some clubs, and some clubs, the president of PSIS, no, Ruxi is the one who organized everything in Semarang, which is not true. And then, okay, so these teams, they were not interested on me anymore.
Okay.
But me, if I don't find a team in Indonesia, I will go to another country. I love Indonesia. I have projects here, the game changer. I love I love the weather. I love the Indonesian people. I like living here. I like the football here, playing in front of big crowds. I like Madura now. I'm very happy when we go to play to Madura. Last week we were in Parepare, and I love playing in a place like Parepare. So, but at the same time, I want to help to improve the Indonesian football. And if someday no one wants to sign me because I'm a problem, because if there's a 2-3 months delay, I'm gonna speak out, then don't sign me. I will go to another country to play. That's okay. But local players don't have this freedom I have.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard that story about some club presidents talk about another club presidents to not sign these players because they're too vocal about salaries and stuff. But by the way, about that salary that Yoyo has promised you in February, have they finally paid your salary in February?
No.
Not
I'm
yet
still
until today?
no. No, I'm my case. I cannot go through to the case because I don't know how this, can affect my situation because my case is in FIFA.
Yeah.
And the resolution will come soon.
Sure.
But there has been many things that they were said about me in the case and everything in media that they are totally, of course, false. And everyone knows what happened in Semana. I don't have absolutely nothing to hide. Absolutely nothing. The guys inside the dressing room know what happened. I try always to protect my teammates. I have some teammates that they still now say me thank you for the effort you did, for speaking loud, because I really wanted to finish the season with PSIS and play and enjoy, but I could see that things were not going well, and we had to make a step. We had to do something because that was very big already, and people were suffering there. And I wanted, but then it's what I say. Not everyone wanted to, to fight for that situation, And there's some people that they prefer to just shut up and continue, and I also respect it. I never say nothing about this, but if we want to change, that's the problem. That when I speak to Indonesians, I have many friends in Indonesians that they love football. Even the Twitter guys that sometimes comment to my tweets and everything. Everyone agrees that we need to do something. That there need to be a change on this football to improve. But when there's time to make steps, no one then wants to help. So that's why when I try to say to Api, let's make something together. Let's make that people start to respect our rights, because it's happening again in Liga Satu. It's happening a lot already. We are in November already. Many clubs in Liga Dua. I saw the news. 65 players have problems, and there are many that they don't say nothing. So imagine it's 65 plus the ones that they don't speak out. I know Api have so many cases that they cannot even file the reports anymore because they are so busy but so that's not maybe the solution, just filing reports all the time. Just maybe we need to organize ourselves, the players, and that's why I say to the local players, especially the experienced one, that they help. Because the young players, maybe they can. Okay, I respect that. I totally understand. But the
experienced one.
The experience. Why we don't make a group? We don't make something, and we fight for it. That at least. But as I tell you, it's not that. Oh, delay of 2 weeks. Okay, let's not train. No, of course not. But let's try to make small steps towards a better football environment. That these things happen less, and if it happens, we handle it well, and we are protected, and we find solutions. And clubs stop promising things that they cannot give. And because something, it pissed me off a lot also in the Indonesian football, is that some presidents, they know they will have delays in the payments, but then when you ask them what is your goal for the season, they say no, top three. Top three. I want to stay in the top three. Yeah, but after 1 month, you are not paying your salaries, but you want to stay in the top three. So, and then who against who you put pressure? Against your players and against your coaches. When you are not paying salaries. So imagine in PSIS, our president say top 4. We need to come on. What we need is to stay in the league. and then if we can go to the top 10, perfect. For example, this season, our president in Madura say, hey, if we can stay in the top 10, that will be great. Oh, that's fine. But top 3, when you are having problems in salaries, come on, please.
That's not logical.
Exactly. So that's something I need, that we put the pressure in players, and in social media how in Indonesia they criticize and everything, and it's always the pressure to us when we are facing difficult situations. And in PSIS we had a lot of pressure because we're one of the biggest clubs, and we were suffering inside. And some days I say, what I'm doing here? I love Indonesia and this, but I'm suffering too much for these problems with the teammates, with the club, and it's difficult.
Has these things crossed your mind before you decided to play in Indonesia? You didn't expect this thing to happen to you, did you, in the beginning?
Not really. I always heard stories and everything, but in Spain I had many years ago some small issue, but very small. It's not the same. Like maybe 3 weeks, 1 month, and at the end they end up paying. But for us in Spain, this is big.
Mm-hmm.
When it's 1 month, and imagine in Finland, if they don't pay you in 1 month, oh my goodness. But here is like, but I didn't expect that to happen to me. I was just because I think that the PSIS case was extreme, because other clubs, they had these issues, and as I say, in PSIS, the first months already, October, November, December, there were a lot of delays already, many delays, like. So, but in November, the club asked us to stay in the club, and we say, no problem. We try to help, if that's only a small delay, I try to believe in them. I try to trust them.
So there is no written point where if they fail to pay your salary, they have to pay at least some amount of money from your salary. No, so there is no written point in your contract, so that thing can happen again and again and again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because sometimes people ask me, what will you do? What are your solutions? I'm not an expert on this, but I'm just asking for help from the bigger systems, basically the federation or this. As I say, making small steps, making an organization between us, between the players, speaking out about these things, making it loud, when we do the same for bullying, we do the same for racism, which is perfect, because then people get to the mind that racism is not good idea, bullying is not good idea. When before we start the games, we do the say no to bullying, no to racism. So why we don't do this about the rights of the players?
Yes.
These kind of things that people start to think, hey, these are our rights as a football players. You need to get your side, because there are people paying for the kids to pay their education. They need to help their families. They need to pay the rent. They need to do many things. And it's something that is not non-negotiable. And in other business, these things, I don't know. I think in many business this don't happen, because I talk with many friends and they pay their salaries on time in many jobs. You know what I mean? Why in football there are many clubs continue doing this?
The business system, the whole system, is the problem. Yeah, we need to create a healthier system for football. But by the way, let's talk about your time in Madura right now. How things are going in Madura United so far. I'm not talking about salary. I mean, the environment of the dressing room, your friends. Do you enjoy your time in Madura?
Yeah, no, I don't have problem to talk. In Madura, the salary has been everything okay. As far as I'm here, I'm happy with the club. The treatment also for the players is much better. They treated me very well from the first day. We have a very good atmosphere in the dressing room. It's something that it helps a lot. I think this group already, that's another problem of Indonesian football, that every year many teams change 15 players. And there's no time for long-term projects, what I think is a very important that we need to start having here in Indonesia, long-term projects. But here, for example, in Madura, many of the foreign players that they were here last season, Pedro Monteiro, Jordi Werman, Kerim Palic, Lulinha, Iran Junior, they were already here. So, and they already have a good relation between them. So for me, it was quite easy to adapt. and many of the local players also, they were here last season. So it was quite easy to adapt from my point of view. I feel like even we haven't got the best results. We are still outside of the relegation zone, and I think we have a bit less points than we deserve. But I think that still the atmosphere is good. The people is happy when we go to trainings, and we have good relation between us. And I like a lot playing in Pamekasan. The atmosphere is great. People from Madura are, I don't know. I when I go to Pamekasan is like and Bangkalan also, of course. But Pamekasan for me is a bit special. I like our stadium, it's small, but it's beautiful. People comes to the stadium quite much. We have good crowds, and you can breathe football when outside the stadium in Madura. My parents came here a few. Yeah, my parents, my family in general, my cousins also came here to watch the game in Madura, and they loved it. The fans, they were taking photos with them all the time, asking for photos everywhere, and they enjoy it. And yeah, overall, I'm happy here in Madura. I wanted to continue playing in Indonesia after I went from PSIS. I had options to move to another country because I have been playing around for many years, but I wanted to continue here at least 1 year more in Indonesia. Next season we will see, but yeah, right now I'm happy here. I think we will get out from this situation. I think we just 3 points away from mid table. That is where we probably we should be. But yeah, we will see what the future brings.
Yeah. You said earlier that the target was you have to finish at least 10th on the table. Is that possible for you? Because at the moment you have, if I'm not mistaken, 10 points on the table.
Yeah, 10 points. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you see your target?
Yeah, I think it's fair enough. As I say, I think we have team to stay in the top 10. I think it's difficult for us now to go more higher than this. It will be a topic, and I prefer to be realistic and put is the reality. But honestly, during this season, we have had like games that they were very against Biancara 0-0, that I scored a goal and the VAR disallowed, and it was a game that we could win against Persita home. It was a 1-1 that we could also win against Persis Solo. In the first game of the season, we lost 1-2, but I think we deserved more. So we had games that we were very close. This week in Makassar, we were 0-1 and we received a goal in the 88. So against Persis Jakarta, we lost 0-1, but it was a tight game. We could get 1 point at least. So I think we had a bit less points than maybe we deserve. But I think we have a good team, as I say. I think we have many players that they were here already last season, so the relations are easy to. I think we have good local players also, to be honest too. And yeah, I think that we should go a bit more higher on the table soon, and yeah, I think that we will do that.
Okay, you have Persija up ahead.
Yeah.
How is the preparation so far? I mean, how the game is going to be for you?
It's a big game. It's a big game for both. Persija and Separa also, they haven't been in a good moment of results, let's say like this. But yeah, these kind of games, I'm used to play this kind of games because last season with PSIS we were in similar situation. So for me, it's nothing new. And also during my career, many years ago, I've been in teams also that they are in the relegation zone. So I get a bit used, and it's a 6 points game almost, because if you win, you leave you leave Persis and Jepara very far. But if you lose, they pass, and yeah, so they are this kind of games. The same with Makassar, that yeah, you need to win. And at home, honestly, I think at home we haven't win yet. I think hopefully this weekend is the first win, because I think we deserve it more at home with our fans, and I have actually good feeling from the games at home. So I don't know, but we still couldn't make the good results. We won in Kediri, we won against Dewan United away. We got a point from Makassar, but at home we are not finishing the games to win. So hopefully this weekend we can do it.
Okay. Ruxi, it's been a great conversation to you. I mean, thank you very much for talking about these things, things that are not many players are brave enough to talk about. Yeah, sorry if I bothering your time, your afternoon time. You have any training today, by the way?
No. We had training in the early morning, so that now I need to make an analysis on Bayern Munich. So I'm gonna go this after. So, yes, I need to watch some games.
They're undefeated so far. They're really powerful. By the way, thank you very much, Ruxi, for talking to us. Thank you. It's an honor for me to interview you today. So yeah, maybe we can meet some other time in the future. Maybe when you come to Jakarta for an away game against Persija, we can meet again and
Cool.
yeah, let's talk about many other things. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Ruxi.
That would be great.
Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you guys. I will see you when you are based in Jakarta, right?
Jakarta, yeah, we're in Jakarta. Yeah, let's keep in touch when you're here.
Okay. Thank you guys. See you.